Today, we are going to embark on a journey back in time when the Jamaican government, under the leadership of Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Right Honorable Michael Joshua Manley, pause and stop hanging and popping the necks of Jamaicans' tech life crew who have no regard for the life of others, including Jamaicans and other human beings. Yeah, man, they would kill people at will because, Joshua had paused hanging at these bastards. Because it was a good policy and strategy to expand his voting base in Jamaica, because our people do not like law and order or respect the rights of other Jamaicans or humans until one of Michael Manley's friends was killed in broad daylight. Yeah, man, they killed one of Michael Manley's friends in a broad daylight. Yeah, man, them bust up some car in him. Yes. Michael Manley did everything at lightning speed to make sure the killer's neck broke until their teeth kin like Kong dog. It shows you that the current government and opposition are playing games with the people's mind by not breaking the necks of these parasites. The Prime Minister Andrew Holness can start popping the necks them tomorrow if he wants, because Michael Manley, the sympathetic and charismatic leader who never saw any evil in the Tech Life crew, did it as it was close to his chest. Yeah, man, Michael Manley pop them neck, man. Why you kill Michael, friend? Not even a police kill him, want to kill himself. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To my loyal subscribers and viewers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law, where no one is above the law and everyone is treated equally under the law. Everyone is held accountable to the same laws. There are transparent and fair processes for enforcing the laws. There is an independent judiciary. That's what we would like, but it's still not there in Jamaica. The judiciary in Jamaica is politically aligned to the PNP LGBTQ plus party. We see Ian Niels, it take 4 years for the court in Jamaica to write that 2-sentence line. You understand? And they're wasting time with Royal Weed. We don't know why they don't try this case and send them on a prison, but we'll delve into that sometime later. You understand? There is an independent judiciary, non-existent, that no independent. We don't have nothing independent in Jamaica. And human rights are guaranteed for all. And respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. Yes, and to one of a woke activists that come on my thing and talking about preemptive strike with extrajudicial killing. I look here, Mr. Bluan. I serve in the United States military, and preemptive strike save life. Period. Anywhere you go in the world, preemptive strike save life. Because if you are defending yourself, that's preemptive strike. You understand? So you can't continue with your nonsense, and so we ain't gonna even give you any oxygen. You understand? Before we continue the journey, if this is the first time to the channel, please consider subscribing. Yeah, man, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost a dime, a penny, a nickel, a pence, or a peso. Yes, or a ruble. Ruble is Russian money. The little midget man in Russia. Short people, they always get trouble, you understand? He and Kim Jong-un, because they want the world to see them, because them short, I know where short people come from. And most importantly, you won't clog your phone memory. Because subscription does not affect your cell phone memory. By clicking on the subscription button, click on the bell and select all. So when we at the channel release a video, you are the first person to get the notification of the same. Like the video, yes, like the video. Share the video. And most importantly, yeah, man, comment below. We'll see your thoughts, you understand? So, crime that rocked the nation. The name, Leo Henry, was already well known in Kingston and Jamaica long before two hapless gunmen opened fire on the famous businessman on a busy city street in broad daylight. The name would be further cemented in memory when, after his murder, Prime Minister Michael Manley, that's Joshua, hurried the construction of a gun court to try person accused of shooting crimes, painting it red so that it would look dread, the prescribing indefinite detention. As the wounded Henry lay sprawled on the street, the life slowly ebbing from his body, the gunmen snatched his briefcase and revolver and made their escape. That was Kingston in March 1974. Yes, man, a city in the grips of an upsurge of violence. In the words of the then Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Chester Orr, QC, Cune Counsel, later Senior Pucine Judge, now retired, and him dead, Orr was opening the case for the prosecution in the murder trial of two men charged with the death of 40-year-old Henry, who was the manager and director of Modern Furnishing Company Limited, situated at Slipe Road in Kingston, opposite now the defunct Tropical Theatre. A lot of people don't know Tropical Theatre, but but we'll continue the journey. The accused were Noel Riley, 20 years old labourer of 2A Union Street, Mandeville, Manchester, and 19-year-old Anthony Forbes, cabinet maker of 6 Piccadilly Lane, Kingston 12. He come from in Jonestown. Trial judge, the late Justice Kenneth George Smith, and a juror of 12 later heard evidence about how, on the morning of March 14, 1974, Henry had just driven up to his business place and was alighting from his car when three men, two of whom were armed with guns, pounced upon him. And back then for men to have guns, that the only way they could access guns was politicians give it to them. So both men, these men were steppers, and based on the men them address, that they are in the PMP LGBTQ plus community. They shot Henry at point blank range in front of startled onlookers. So you got to understand, Jamaican people never see anything like that until that day. Riley and Forbes paid the supreme penalty for this callous and cold-blooded act after losing all appeals and death by hanging on the gallows of the St. Catherine District Prison on Tuesday, May 29, 1979. So you so quick, Michael Manley, make sure that the case is speed up, and pop them neck, Yes, man, so we know that they can't do it, Michael Manley had passed it then, because, Michael Manley want vote because he want expanding base. Yeah, man, I tell the people, them say, yeah, you can't kill one another, and you know, we're not going to break your neck and them thing there, until when Siaga come in and start pop back the neck them, and that's how, the crime rate go down. Associated with her for the prosecution was Crown Counsel DJ Pitter. Yeah, and DJ Pitter, he later became a Pucine judge, and him dead. While appearing for Riley was Queen Counsel Bertrand Macaulay, him dead long time too. An attorney, Earl Witter. Yeah, man, and he become later QC and public defender. That I see him, man, where he's a different criminal, and the boy them out of Franklin Town push up a matic in his nose and take off him chain and say, give me that. Yeah, man, him like police, Earl Witter. Forbes was defended by attorney Sylvester Morrison and C.J. Mitchell. Yeah, C.J. Mitchell, a good lawyer. A cousin of Leo Henry, Oliver Campbell, testified in the number 1 Home Circuit Court in March 1975 that he was a salesman employed in Henry's Slipe Road store. At about 8:15 in the morning of the tragedy, he was standing in the car park. He saw Henry drive in his car, parked it, and get out of the car holding a briefcase and a bunch of keys to open the store. Then 2 gunmen appear from the Tropical Theatre, said Campbell. I knew both of them because I had seen them at different times on Slipe Road and passing the story you recounted. According to witnesses, the men were each carrying a gun which they pointed at Henry and fired. The briefcase fell from Henry's hand and one picked it up. Then Riley took the gun from Henry's side. The witness related, by then the injured man was staggering and Campbell said he caught him just as he fell. The two men then ran across the street to the Tropical Theatre. Campbell identified them as Forbes and Riley and said the third man was with them at the time, but he was not in court. The accused were approximately 4 to 5 feet away from Henry when they fired, said Campbell. Owen Thomas, a technician employed at Modern Furnishing, told the court that he too saw Henry drive in the car, parked it at about 8:15 a.m. He spoke to his boss, then walked towards the back of the car. He saw 3 men run across Slipe Road and then heard a sound like a gunshot. He turned around and saw 3 men facing Henry, 2 of them with guns. He saw Henry put his hand to his forehead and one of the men bent down and took his briefcase. One of the men ran off and the other followed shortly afterwards. They ran across the car park entrance across Slipe Road to the Tropical Theatre. I rushed towards Mr. Henry and I saw blood coming from him, said Thomas. The witness added that he had not seen any of the 3 men before that day, but saw their faces when they ran away. He said one was carrying Henry's briefcase and 2 had guns. Cross-examined by defense counsel Morris, Thomas said he did not identify Forbes at the first identification parade, although he recognized him as one of the men because he was afraid. He later identified him at the Central Police Station. Dr. Lewis Dawson, Chief Medical Officer for Lower St. Andrew, who performed the post-mortem examination on Leo Henry, said death was due to a gunshot wound to the skull. So they shot the man in the head and killed him. The victim must have died minutes after the shooting, he told the court. Police Inspector Dudley Hines, stationed at the Central Police Station, said that on March 27, 1974, he conducted an identification parade in which the accused Forbes took part with 9 men of similar height, complexion, and appearance. Oliver Campbell picked out Forbes as one of the men who shot Leo Henry, said the inspector. In response to Attorney Sylvester Morris, the inspector said 4 other witnesses attended the parade but failed to identify Forbes. Another witness, dance teacher Louise Murphy, in her evidence told the court that on March 14 at about 8:30 a.m., she and a friend were walking along Godpale Avenue from Old Oak Road onto Slipe Road when she heard gunshots which sounded as if they came from the region of Tropical Theatre. She said that she and her friend both ran towards Modern Furnishing. They went to the entrance to the driveway which leads to the car park where Henry usually parked his car. Murphy told the court that she saw Henry's car parked in the driveway and he was lying face down on the ground beside his car. Before she reached where Henry was, she saw Riley and 2 other men running across Slipe Road towards Tropical Theatre. A man came and took Henry away in his car. Riley had a gun in his right hand and Henry's briefcase in the left hand. According to her, the other 2 men carrying nothing. She told the court that she went up to Henry and started crying. She noticed that blood was running from his ears and he was vomiting. Cross-examined by Morris, Murphy admitted to being arrested 4 times. Boy, that was the time we have honest criminal. Murphy admits him. You understand? No, they wouldn't even admit such thing in court. She said that she had known Leo Henry for about 3 years and he had given her money when she asked him. She also said she knew Riley while they were children in the same lane. Morris suggested to Murphy that the police had paid her to give evidence in the instant case, but she denied it. Well, he saw them last year. So even from back then, that was 1975. So the lawyer accused that 48 years ago said, you saw everything in there is the police then beat up on her. So the lawyer accused the police that the police paid the woman for come give statement and give the statement and evidence against the man them who killed Leo Henry. So so as you tell us, the police is the boogeyman, Fitzgerald Wilmot, General Manager of Modern Furnishing, gave evidence that on March 14 at about 8:15 a.m. he went to work and parked his car in the front of the building because there was a crowd assembling at the entrance to the car park. When he got out of his car, he noticed someone lying on the ground bleeding. When he got closer, he realized that it was Henry. Wilmot told the court that someone helped him to put Henry in his car and he drove him to Nuttall Hospital where he was told no doctor was available. But why never drive to KPH? Look how close KPH was. He said he drove to University Hospital where they put Henry on a stretcher and the doctor said he was dead. Later he got the clothes that Henry had been wearing and handed them over to the police. At the end of the prosecution's case, Anthony Forbes, that's one of the accused man who killed Leo Henry, make an unsworn statement from the dock that he knew nothing about the killing of Leo Henry. As if we know that there's no honest criminal. On the day of his arrest, he told the court that he had gone to Central Police Station with Father Halwin Harry, a priest. He waited at the station to see an attorney. Then the attorney and the priest went inside the police station because those were the days, you see, them know, once you commit murder, and the police come for you, a dirt, So you see, make sure you go in with priest and say police them are dirt him because a big man that him killing. He saw a police officer, Detective Roy Smith, holding his picture. So you see, from back then, even although with the technology wasn't advanced as now, the police were equipped, man, because the British left a system to us that was similar to theirs. But guess who destroyed? I see black people, turned into a criminal's paradise, looking out for the criminals in every way. Took all the government to court because they don't want you to have the photographs of criminal Julian. Yes, man, Julian Robinson, man, that guy that in East Kingston, there about that politician, PMP LGBTQ plus guy. The same law that the PMP was had in Parliament, and then the GLP came and passed it and signed it. The PMP took the government to court. So basically they are saying, boy, if it's not we, and you do it, we're against it. That is just madness. So they do not have the country interest at heart. So we continue the journey. You never see a criminal with him like the same guy who was Peter Phillips' right-hand man, now him a Mark Bowling right-hand man. So I know how he's going to work that. So him a both it on both sides, no loyalty. The attorney looked at the picture and Father Harry looked at the picture. Then Detective Sterling asked him if he knew anything about the murder of Leo Henry. And here the lawyer, I told him, no sir, Forbes said. He was locked up for a few days and participated in an identification parade. A man named Thomas came and walked up and down the line and then told the officer he did not see the man who killed Leo Henry there. Forbes was taken back to the lockup that he knew nothing about the killing of Leo Henry. So Forbes is such a liar. I tell lies saying no nothing about Henry killing. Sworn evidence from the witness box was also given by Riley. Riley now sees the criminal and Riley know that, look, for beat the case, you know, I have to go in at the witness box and make the juror them see me how I behave and my body language. And so, you know, as I see the criminal, he chooses the witness box because he know that that's the only chance to beat it. But then, you know, in Jamaica, you know, criminals never have no community will support them. As now, you know, as well you have Jamaican for Justice and all these people, state against state terrorism and all kind of madness that we have down there, where people sympathetic to criminal, and the University of the West Indies has become the gateway to the madness in Jamaica with criminals. You understand? You know, but then we had a better Jamaica because the British had left some conservative principles to us in Jamaica, and all of that been discarded every year because they claim that they hate the white man because of slavery, but yet still their policy is worse than the white man, the black man policy. So the black man would rather the white man still in charge. Oh, ironic. So, you know, we were better off with white people in charge than we see in both slave them, because all they have been doing is destroying the people's life and get richer. Look at Philip Paul, one of the richest man in a government, you know. You can't, hey, remember me tell you, man, that's why them love politics. Because pay thief, the whole of them inside their teeth, and I rip off the people. You understand? You know, so Riley, yeah, he gave us sworn testimony. Who, though, had been living at 12A Cleveland Avenue, Kingston, was supposed to be in Manchester on probation. He testified that he was not supposed to return to the carpet area under his probation. That was in his 70s, you know. He said he reported to the probation officer in Manchester on the first Monday of every month and was surprised when he heard that he was involved in the killing of Mr. Leo Henry. He said that he was supposed to report to the probation officer for 2 years. Riley testified further that on March 10, 1974, he had spent the night at a hotel in Kingston with Pauline Melville, one of the prosecution's witnesses. The following morning, he said that she left without him, and he found that $7 was missing from his wallet. He went up to where she lived, and they had a fight, and he beat her. Man beat up the woman. She ran out into the street and a policeman was passing, and she reported to him that Riley beat her. Riley said the constable brought out a gun and pointed at him, and he became perturbed because he was not supposed to be in Kingston, fearing trouble with the police for breaking his probation. Riley said he immediately returned to Manchester and stayed there. This was on March 11th. He told the judge and jury that he stayed there looking for work and was not in Kingston when Leo Henry was killed. Riley said his mother lived in Kingston and sent him a telegram on Friday of that week saying he was to return to Kingston. He further the point that he went to the police station in Manchester and spoke to a police officer there. Then he went to see the probation officer. He declared that he did not know Leo Henry and did not know either of the witnesses who identified him at the parade. I was not in Slipe Road the day Mr. Henry was killed. I was not in Kingston that day. I was in Mandeville that day. I do not have a gun. I did not have one in 1974. I am not guilty of this charge. I am innocent, Riley said partially, concluding his evidence. Yeah, we know there's no honest criminal. We never expect Riley to say, boy, he knew who killed Mr. Leo Henry when he's one of them who killed him. You know, so we'll continue the journey. Questioned by lead prosecutor Hoare, Riley said that he was brought down from Mandeville to Kingston by a police in a Lincoln Continental car, then taken to the Admiraltown police station. In response to Chief Justice, Riley said that Roy Henry, Leo's Henry brother, drove the car that brought him to Kingston. So, you know, Leo Henry had a brother who was a police officer, his name is Roy Henry. So Roy is the one that drove the car. So you know that he was driving his brother's killer in the car, you know, and you know he's able to testify that he is innocent. The judge took 5.5 hours to summarize the case, following address by counsel. The mixed jury took 12 minutes to reach a unanimous verdict of guilty of murder for both accused. The Chief Justice pronounced the death sentence. Yeah man, the best part of the case. The Chief Justice pronounced the death sentence on Forbes and Riley on March 7, 1975. But hey, look, we couldn't, you know, say our Chief Justice now, Brian Sykes, you know, say I probation him with a give them, you know. No death penalty for them, you know, with Brian Sykes. They appealed to the Jamaican Court of Appeal, but their appeals were dismissed on February 23, 1976. Forbes and Riley were 2 of 4 convicted murderers who were hung on the gallows of St. Catherine District Prison that final week in May 1979, following decision taken by the Jamaican Privy Council to resume hanging. Before that, hanging had been suspended for 3 years since October 6, 1976 by your great former Prime Minister Michael Manley. So if these guys never kill Michael Manley friend, Leo Henry, that man a big businessman, Michael Manley will continue to suspend the death penalty. But when them kill Henry, no man, all bets off, man. Michael just pop them neck. So you have to give Michael Manley credit. So St. Andrew Wallace, I don't know if you have any historian or anyone that inside of your administration or do research and all of them things to show you that you can't hang the boy them, that's on that row, you can't hang them. You saw Michael Manley speed up the process when them kill his friend. So that's what we want, man. We want to start hang back the killers them. And it was a deterrent, you know, to the murderers, you know, because Michael Manley, you know, did it in such a lightning speed time, you know. Like, I couldn't hold up Michael Manley, you know, because I'm friend, you know. Michael Manley makes sure, so, you know, he's the one that killed them, you know. He never met the security force kill them, you know. But the other one, security forces killed him, but we're not even talking about him. So that's what we want in Jamaica. We want to pop them neck, man. So that's the blueprint, you know, for you guys to use to start popping them neck. So hopefully by next week we can hear some boy, you start pop some neck. And you know, because we have seen how the killers have getting emboldened. Look how them kill the young man. You understand? Them kill Mr. Darling. Yuan Darling. So we want if we start hang back the people them, man. And you know, no if nor buts, we know so it can work with the 5-year thing. And I don't know which mad people them in Jamaica about them are classify murder and all them things. Murder is murder. If I take a man life, if you lose yours, that's how we see it. Now come tell me about say boy, a man a fight, a man dead. Boy, you go to prison for 10 years and come back. Like how the woman killed the man over Portmore and a 3 years she get. How kind of madness that? We want them nick for broke. Murder is murder, Rasta. You kill somebody, your life, even Steven. We don't know, you know, when he was growing up, he was poor and he lived in a tenement yard. And you know, when it rained, you know, the inside of the yard would have water, and they walk on its dirty water. And you know, he didn't have much to eat, and that's why he's in trouble. He's in problem with. Like, hey, look, we don't want not liberal and liberal madness. Man, you kill even Steven. We'll pop your neck, Rasta. That's it. We no excuse specialist around here. You understand? Yes, man. I'm glad Michael pop the boy them neck, man. Riley and Forbes. So we want St. Andrew Oldness. So Pete, the only reason why Michael Manley start the gun court, you know, and pop them neck, you know, is because they gonna kill Michael Manley friend. Because he must think say, you know, Jamaican criminal reprobates and depraved-minded people as if they did care, say, boy, well, a Michael Manley friend, a terrorist them. So that's how you can differentiate and say, boy, them are PMP, LGBTQ plus tech lifers or JLP LGBTQ tech life. Look, all of them are terrorists, man. If you take a life, you lose yours, alright? Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel, out.